pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The kicker, Chad Ryland, has this one teed up, and we are underway here on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Richardson will throw to start out here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Warren. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Off play action. Richardson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Richardson looking to throw this. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. Greg Dortch deep for Arizona. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now the veteran workhorse. Here's James Conner. And Conner going to pick up a Cardinals 1st down as he'll be brought down at the 42-yard line.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing now is Murray. Wilson snags it left side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Murray a give. This is Conner. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Conner. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Murray now. This complete to Jones. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down right around the 18-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll run for it with Connor, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
2nd and 9. Richardson looking to throw. Got his man. It's Warren. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run once more with Taylor. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. And motioning left, that's Pittman. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a 1st down. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Anthony Richardson, 22 yards. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Murray now to throw. And this will be swung out here for counter. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st and 10 is counter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Here's Murray. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Murray. There's a short one caught by Ryman. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Here's Murray. To Connor on the check down. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Now back to throw. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. Bust through the tackle. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
To throw, it's Murray. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run here with Connor. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Again, it'll be Connor. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Connor. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Two yards to go, second down. They go play action with Richardson. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he's got this down to the 35. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They go to the ground again with Taylor. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Third and 4. Richardson working from the gun. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
Connor up the middle. And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Richardson will keep it once again. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. And let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
So what do you do if you've got a defense in cover 3 trying to keep everything in front of them? The answer seems obvious. Just work those routes in front of them. This is going to be a hitch route, but he's operating in plenty of space, and he makes the catch here for a first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Baron Browning, the one who brought him down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. It'll be a gain of 9, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Richardson. He'll get this off to Taylor. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
This is 2nd and 8. Richardson out of the shotgun. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now it's Richardson. Eluding the pressure. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. 3rd The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Cardinals going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's got McBride here over the middle. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Throwing now is Murray. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Murray going to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's 2nd and 10. Murray now. A short one here, caught by McBride. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Murray. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. The Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Murray. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Richardson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Richardson looking to throw this. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call PPR?
The receiver still gets a point there. Yeah.
Oh,
and you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
And some room to roam now. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
Here's Murray. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
To throw is Murray. He'll get this to Connor underneath, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They run behind center with Connor. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 26.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ball at the 23, second and 8. To throw, it's Murray. He completes it to Jones. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. From the gun, a give to Connor. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Now a 2nd and 6. Snap comes to Murray at 1. Over the middle here to Wilson. And the Cardinals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Murray now to throw. Rolling to under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
2nd down and goal. Murray. That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. And his kick is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all, because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some, because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out, because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Now an option play on second down. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Over the middle, complete. That's Warren. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
They went to their big body tight end on second down in hopes that he could plow his way to a first down, but they were ready for him defensively and ended up holding him to a modest gain.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the fourth. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Connecting over the middle with Downs. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now Richardson. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. Well, he'd had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
83 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Here's Taylor again. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line, so if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor punching it in from a yard away. And the Colts have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
And the thing you have to love about Jonathan Taylor, he's a shifty speed guy most of the time when you hand him the football, but he's not coming off the field when you get down near the goal line because he's as tough and gritty as they come. And he finishes things off here by getting into the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. But with his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size, not often thought to have hands, but we're hearing that more and more. Guys are doing a better job of catching the ball at any size coming out of the backfield because they need to be a full part of the offense.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, A loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Shotgun now for Murray. Caught by Wilson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now Murray again. That is caught. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by about 1 yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Murray. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. Murray a give. This is counter. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
Throwing now is Murray. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Murray going to throw. To Connor on the check down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. This will cost him 11 yards there on the 2nd and goal sack.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Now Murray's got to have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On third down, here's Taylor. Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. Fourth down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. The football going back over to Arizona now. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Murray now. Forced out to his left. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Murray. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Murray. That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Cards are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes it 24-13. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Down to a knee goes Richardson, and that should finish off this victory. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.